Speaking of things, what is it?
Are you not sure what we're doing?
Tell them what it's about.
It's going to be about some things.
Oh.
Okay, let's just roll the episode.
Got it. Welcome, Dave. We meet once again in this fantastic new studio. Hey, first, welcome. Hello. Hi. Would you like to say something?
I think you covered all the salutations
You
there.
showed up to the studio and you texted me.
I did.
It was beautiful.
I did, just like we talked about. I think it was on episode 8.
I don't know. I can't keep doing numbers. First, let's get this party started with a little clink clank. Boom. Right there. Two-hearted IPA. What are you throwing down your gullet?
Sam Adams cold snap. Sticking with the cold snap.
Oh, cold snap.
We did experience a cold snap just a few days ago. It went from 80 degrees to 30 degrees in about 3 days.
I've been writing letters to my congressman to get that taken care of.
That's good.
I imagine they'll address that. Two-hearted IPA. And they showed me a fish. I don't know what to make of that. What do I do with that information? Two-hearted IPA. Here's a fish.
I think actually some fish have 2 hearts.
Get out of town.
I'm not sure if we have any veterinarians who take care of trout. Feel free to let us know.
Trouternarians?
Trouternarians.
The old trouternarian.
You know, as I was coming up, I always like to get ready for the episode, and I listen to some of our old episodes. And I hate to say this, in episode 8, we were talking about pterodactyls, if you remember.
I crushed your hopes and dreams on that one.
You did.
You wanted to stump me.
And you talked about pterodactyl sauce.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I listened back that I realized you were talking about teriyaki sauce.
Same thing, Dave. Same thing. It's the same exact thing. If you go to the counter, I don't know what counter you're going to. If you go to the food store place and you say, "Excuse me, making some chicken." I like to shorten it to chick. I'm making some chicken tonight. I want to get that little Asian flair. Where's your pterodactyl sauce? They will tell you every single time exactly where teriyaki sauce is. Try it.
I am.
Try it.
I am gonna try it.
They won't hesitate. Oh yeah. They'll just assume you're just a dullard, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm good with that.
The key is to do it multiple times to the same person and see how long you can go before they correct you.
You have a favorite pterodactyl sauce? Which one would you prefer? I don't know. I don't know how to get into that conversation. But are you going to try it?
The
pterodactyl sauce conversation.
I am.
All right, beautiful.
I am. I'll report back.
Please do.
In a future episode.
Excellent.
And speaking of reporting back, we have some stuff to get to later in the episode to bring some callbacks, but wanted to discuss, I think we've both had some fan interactions. You've had a real life IRL, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Interaction with one of our thingies.
First of all, let's not gloss over the fact that you have given the fan club, our pod viewers, a name.
I have.
Well, I'd hate to say that you did that. I prefer that the AI claim ownership of that, because I believe the AI that does our credits actually referred to the thingies.
That was the first reference.
That's our fan club.
I mean, unless they come up with a better name for themselves.
You also had a IRL interaction?
No, I had a chat interaction.
Okay.
With one of our fans way up in the north.
How far north?
Just below Massachusetts, Connecticut.
Oh, the country of Connecticut. That border's tricky.
It is, especially with all the traffic or work on 95.
Gotta love it. Interested
to hear him. I think the next episode, which will probably be 3 episodes ago if you're listening to this one.
My brain just exploded with that math. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's podcast math.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based off Common Core.
So it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Just like anything in the world these days.
Pretty much.
I think we're both getting requests to record more from, at least 2 of our tens of listeners.
I feel like they're telling us to do more work, is what they're saying.
Basically.
What do you think of that? Do more?
I mean, more is better.
More is always better.
We've said that since season 1.
We have.
More is better.
Long-standing truth. So I haven't seen you physically since whenever that was. You've aged well, sir. You barely look a day over, like, I would say you aged maybe 3-4 months at the most.
That's good.
In the 2 months that I've seen you. I mean, as a compliment.
I haven't really been doing anything.
You have a glow about your skin. I don't know. It's just,
Might be the lighting.
Maybe it is. Because speaking of lighting, the pod viewers are absolutely going to love the new digs that we're in. Now, I guess it's nothing new, right? Every time we start a new recording session, we're in a different location. Now we're literally 3 feet away from the previous location.
But it looks a lot different.
It does. The studio cleaners, if that's a thing, did their cleaning and found some cool lights, which I'm sure all the viewers are loving. All the thingies are loving the lighting. Did you see how it slowly changes, getting different vibes, different moods?
No, I didn't notice that.
All right, well, screw you. So anyway, we've got the lights. We've got a cool monitor. There's wires everywhere. There's a new piece of equipment that we barely know how to use, so that should be great. There's a bunch of lights on the new equipment. So
yeah,
the visual piece of this podcast is coming together.
It is, and that's why we call the thingies our viewers.
Indeed.
And, here shortly, we're going to have people able to call in to the podcast, which will be great. They're calling in 2, 3, 4 months after we've recorded the episode. So I don't know how we're going to tie that in, but we figured everything else out so far.
Little details. We'll figure out those final details sooner or later.
Yeah. I mean, people never thought we would get this far.
Oh my God. And we're lighting the world. Look, we've got our first sponsor. Now it's what we would call a reverse sponsorship. So Rode has this great equipment that they provided to us, and all we had to do was pay for it.
It has really worked out well for Rode.
So we are actively sponsored after purchasing a product and talking about it. It's called a reverse sponsorship. And it's something that I'm starting with this podcast, and nobody's going to stop me.
It's kind of like reverse mortgages.
Yeah. Well, it's not far from the truth, I guess.
We're starting, something new here and innovative, and I think we're the tip of the spear. And people are going to speak about this in the future.
As two of the first people to ever podcast in the history of ever, we are.
That's us.
Well, did I go too far with that? Well, you figure we had those 6 seasons unrecorded. Not bad. Not bad.
That is true.
So top that, bitches. You like spaghetti?
Actually, I do.
When you were a kid, did you call it Paschetti?
Maybe once or twice.
P-U-S-Ketty? Paschetti?
I don't think I ever thought about the spelling.
I'm not surprised there.
At my grandmom's house, every Thursday, as long as I could remember, and my dad can remember, I think something like 30 years, every Thursday was spaghetti night.
Did she throw a meatball in there?
We had meatballs.
Now, let me ask you this. Was this Chef Boyardee? Or was this like...
Oh, no. That was like my grandma made
legit
spaghetti. Yeah, legit spaghetti.
Okay.
Sauce, meat sauce.
All right. Well, enough of grandma's spaghetti. How about the Chef Boyardee?
M&M.
What?
M&M.
Hit me one more time. What? Oh, that was Britney Spears. What?
Mom's spaghetti knees are sweaty.
Oh man! Wow. Yeah. Sorry, I was late to class on that one.
Right.
M&M throwback.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy yourself some Chef Boyardee Paschetti?
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's the question. Of the fantastic varieties of Chef Boyardee, did you have a go-to?
I think I would just like the SpaghettiOs and the meatballs with the ring around the middle. They look like Saturn.
What? They had a ring?
Yeah.
The meatball?
Mm-hmm.
Was this out of a can that just went bad, maybe?
That was every can I ate.
Really? I was more of a Beefaroni guy. Did you ever vibe on some Beefaroni?
I had Beefaroni.
Well, you don't make it sound like you were that thrilled with it.
I feel like you're getting really hyped up on...
Well, it was close. It was part of my childhood.
Chef
I feel
Boyardee.
like you're shitting all over my Beefaroni right now. I really don't appreciate it. Did you ever venture into the lasagna world in the Chef Boyardee kingdom?
No.
I didn't either. I feel like that was
I had lasagna for dinner over the weekend.
Look at you eating food.
Not to brag about it.
Chef Boyardee?
No.
Bummer. So, Mr. Boyardee, his game got real hot and happening in World War II. Did you know that? That's where he like took off.
That makes sense.
That was his wheelhouse. So all the military guys were eating the Chef Boyardee.
It was easy, quick.
I guess so.
Throw it in your ruck.
I guess so. When did he run out of ideas? Because then it just switched from, we'll do mini raviolis, and then we'll just do mega raviolis. And he's like, you know what? I'm out of ideas. What if we just make shit big and small occasionally? I want to go back to my Chef Boyardee days because it was a moment in time that I loved. I need me some beefaroni is what I'm saying.
Do they even still make?
Hells yeah. I looked it up. I did a deep dive.
Yeah, what sent you down this hole?
You know, the YouTubes, because I don't know. I saw something about Mr. Boyardee. He had the Italian name, and then he had the foresight to know that Americans were really stupid, so then he had to respell it basically phonetically because he had the foresight to say Americans are going to get progressively stupider. So I'll just spell it out for them since they can't pronounce words like Boyardee. I watched that, and then I was like, man, I haven't had me a Boyardee meal in a bazillion years. I feel like I need to revive that.
I feel like after your 20s, probably move on.
I just want to revisit it.
I mean, you do you. No one's going to stop you. You can eat whatever you want.
I'll think about it and get back to you.
All right. Oh, we were talking about Halloween, and our episode that we referenced earlier came out around Halloween, and wanted to know if moving night, if you called it moving night, and we're kind of close to the same area, so I think you might call it moving night.
Yeah. Moving night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I listened to another podcast about moving night, and apparently different parts of the country, moving night is called other things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, moving night is just more of a regional term.
Yeah. But in Detroit, they would set houses on fire.
That's Detroit. They go hard, man.
So in the 70s and 80s, there were like 20 to 30 fires every moving night, burning down the city.
Burning down the house.
Those people were ahead of their time.
Why do you sound impressed by that?
I mean, with anyone who's ahead of their time, you got to be impressed.
What did you do? Did you do anything on moving night? Maybe you need to explain moving night because the people, listen, not everybody experienced what we think of as moving night.
So moving night is the night before Halloween, so October 30th or Halloween Eve, whatever you want to call it. And kids go out and cause mischief. Some places, I think it's called mischief night. And they go out, they toilet paper houses, you egg people's houses. In Detroit, they burn houses down.
You do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, and this was 70s or 80s, not, like 2015.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to look up on our interwebs. I have the wide web here, and I'm trying to look up other names for moving. I misspelled moving night.
Mischief night.
Oh, Devil's Night.
Devil's Night. That in New York they called it Devil's. Not New York. In Detroit, I think it was called Devil. It's called Devil's Night because they burned them down.
Can you continue reading the next couple?
Devil's Night, Gate Night, Goosey Night.
Let's pause right there for a moment, sir. Goosey Night. What area are you? Can you look up Goosey Night? Who's Goosey Night? I mean, that sounds so weak. I mean, compared to Detroit burning the city down.
Well, Cabbage Night. Is that where you like run around and with your Cabbage Patch doll?
Well, that has to. Cabbage Night must be like a real rural area where they're getting wacky, right? They got some old cabbage rotting out in the field. It's October. They're gonna throw the cabbage at your house or something. Mystery Night and what?
Matt Night.
Man. Why did we call it moving night? Now that I think about it, moving night doesn't make any sense.
Well, it says moving night right before Cabbage
I know,
Night.
but why? What are we moving? What were we moving?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But so did you partake in movie night?
No.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I was an
what
ass.
did you do?
Yeah. So I had one exceptionally active moving night. And
did you get arrested?
No. But it wasn't a well thought out plan. I I took, the good old white Elmer's glue.
Yes.
Why go with eggs when you have Elmer's glue?
You Elmer glued someone's door?
No, freaking cars.
Oh.
I'm a dick.
How did you not get arrested?
And guess what car I picked? The neighbor's house.
This is not well thought out.
No. I thought, I guess maybe we were looking for eggs and didn't find the eggs to do the good old, give them a good old egging. I think egging something is pretty universal.
Yeah.
Toilet papering is pretty universal, whether it's moving night or not. Elmer's gluing, not so universal. So I don't think I put a lot of thought into it. I grabbed the glue. I went outside. I did the happy dance around the car, and I just glued the shit out of it. I don't know why. I was all proud of myself at the time.
And did your neighbors figure out it was you?
No, I got away with that one. Got away with it.
So they could be listening to this podcast right now.
Oh,
and
I'm
they're
sure
like, that son of a bitch.
There he is. I knew it was him. Yeah. I knew it. Did your car ever get egged?
I feel like, we used to saran wrap each other's cars, moving night or not.
That's pretty innocent. I can get down with that.
Yeah,
all right.
moving night or not.
Mm-hmm.
We would just randomly saran wrap each other's cars.
What, saran wrap the door so you couldn't open the door?
The whole car with industrial saran wrap.
Oh my God.
One of our friends worked at Walmart and got the industrial saran wrap, and we'd wrap the whole car.
Well, you had industrial saran wrap connections. Look at you go. No wonder we have a podcast.
Yeah. The one time we hit our one friend twice in one night.
Wow.
Yep.
Did you just hate him?
Well, he's not our friend anymore.
Little thing called cause and effect.
Well, there was a lot more effects other than that too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
I also left him one time just at the grocery store. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to run in and get something."
What the hell is wrong with
And I just left. This was before Uber. And then I refused to go get him.
What?
Yep.
I'm not sure what to make of that. But there it is.
There it is. That's the kind of fun that we would have. But
Well, I can tell you this. If you do get your car egged and you let the egg sit there for, let's say, 24 hours, it'll rip off some paint, boy.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk? Not me. But yeah. Yeah, we got egged. We were victims. So I guess what comes around goes around, right? I threw the little Elmer's glue out there, and Mom's car in the backyard got a little egg action. And, that was a perma egg, as they call it. I don't think that's a thing. But it perma egged that sucker. Ripped off some paint.
Wow.
I might
Do you still have that car?
No, thanks for asking. No, I might look into this goosey night because that sounds fun. Goosey night?
Yeah. I wonder if it's like you go and just release a bunch of geese at someone's house. And they're like, "Oh, you just got gooseyed."
Well, if you ever went to one of the ponds where the good old Canadian geese from Canada show up, they make it basically an oil slick along the edge here.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
They're not actually called Canadian geese.
I just called them that.
Well, it's wrong.
So they are definitely called that.
They're called Canada geese.
Well, that's way different than what I said.
It is. It's actually 2 letters different.
So Canadian geese, I'm wrong. Canada geese.
Is correct.
They just don't identify as Canadian.
I've never asked them what they identify as. I don't like to get into that kind of stuff.
Octopus or octopi?
Well,
No. Wait. Octopuses or octopi?
Octopi.
But see, I've heard the octopus people, the pussies. They, I think that's what they call themselves. I don't know, but the pussies refer to the plural version as octopuses. Who'd have thunk? It's so confusing. A gaggle of geese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaggle.
A blank of crows. Give it to me.
Murder.
Boom. I learned another one. Flamingos.
Oh, I know this one.
but I can't think of what it is though. Something of flamingos. It's
You can just ask Jeeves.
yeah, a group of flamingos. Boom. Give it to me.
Flamboyance.
It's the flamboyance of flamingo. Who'd have thunk?
We're going to have a lawsuit.
It's what it's called. It's a flamboyance of flamingos. A flamingo, a gathering of flamingos is flamboyance.
Do you know why flamingos are pink?
Because they're not blue. I don't know.
Because of the little Creole or shrimps that they eat cause them to be pink.
That's all they eat?
Yep, that's all they eat their entire life. So that is a case of you are what you eat.
Look at that.
Speaking of things,
Yeah.
a few episodes ago, if you've been listening and following, you brought up that one of the listeners, one of the thingies, one of your friends,
Viewers.
wants to be mummified
Yeah.
when they die, right? Not when they're alive.
We didn't get into the details of the order of events. I made a bold assumption and thought, she's probably thinking post-life.
So we wanted to help her out. We found a place that will actually do mummification, reached out to them via email.
Gave them the old reach around.
Reach
did they
around,
reach around
reach
back?
out. They did.
Did they?
They did reach
reciprocated.
back. They reciprocated the reach out. Want to just bring our viewers up to speed. Our email initially, hello, we're interested in the mummification of our friend upon their passing. Is the mummification performed utilizing Egyptian methodology? Would you be able to provide a list of materials used and what are the options for display of the mummy? We look forward to continuing this conversation and beginning this journey, Tim and Dave. So they reached out to us pretty quickly and got back to us. I imagine they were pretty excited that anyone had emailed them.
You're thinking it's not like a high traffic type of venture where they're getting a lot of contacts.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, well, that's your theory.
Bernie reached out.
Bernie
Got back to us.
Okay.
So we want to bring our viewers up to speed.
Bernie.
And also give information to your friend.
Yeah, we got to pass this along.
Hello, Tim and Dave. Our mummification process is a tradition that has been adapted for a new age.
Okay, it's a good start.
Good start. Kind of sounds like they're making it too modern, in my opinion.
Why? Why, you an old school mummy guy?
I'm old school.
God, freaking old school mummy guys.
Do it like the pharaohs did it. Or done to the pharaohs.
You old school mummy guys are all the same.
No argument there. While it has similarities to the ancient Egyptian process, it is a modern process. So basically, they've used two sentences to say the same thing.
They were trying to drive a point home.
They drove it.
Yeah.
Rather than dehydrating the body using salts, the body is immersed in a preservation solution, the components of which are confidential.
Proprietary.
So after it's over, you got a confidential mummy.
Damn. That's nice. Get secret security clearance or something with that sucker. I don't know.
You can't look at it without more confidence.
Boom.
We don't remove the brain, and the organs are placed back into the body.
Ooh.
Please see this page for an overview of the process.
Wait. Time. Please, everyone. The organs are generally the problem spots, okay, for decomposition, right?
Correct.
And they said, you know what? Not for us. We leave all the fixins. It's like all like the giblets, like when you get the turkey or the chicken, and you get that little bag inside there, and then you cook the whole thing, and then you realize you forgot to take the bag. Okay, I went down a path.
You did.
You left the bag in there. But so they're kind of leaving the giblets and all the goodies inside of there. Why?
It's new age.
Oh man, that's gonna develop a funk to it, don't you think?
I would.
That's a smell that won't quit.
There are no options for displaying the mummy. The mummy is sealed inside the sarcophagus, which is then laid to rest in a cemetery.
Time out, please. Sarcophagus, aka casket, basically.
We're going to get to that because they talk about that in more detail as well.
All right, good.
So is it sarcophaguses or sarcophagi?
Whoa.
If there's multiple.
Everybody calm down. I don't know. Let's just go with it.
Understand that Summon is a spiritual organization. We've provided this practice for spiritual reasons. It is performed at our temple at Salt Lake City.
It's called Summon?
Summon. That was the website name.
Yeah.
I really feel like it should be performed in a pyramid, not a temple.
It does have a pyramid-like vibe to it, but maybe it's a budget thing. Maybe they're working up to their pyramid.
Well, they charge enough.
Well,
They should have a pyramid.
okay. But that proprietary solution, you don't know what that's going to run.
I don't. So there are a number of things you need to consider when making arrangements and the cost involved. We require that your friend draw up a spiritual will, and we talked about the will in the last episode, which is read during their mummification and transference. Shit's getting weird. If there are certain things they want done, that should be specified in the spiritual will. Information about the spiritual will is on our website in the documentation section.
It's probably fair to say the quote-unquote spiritual will has no legal binding whatsoever, right? That just sounds like some weird pie in the sky crap. Here's my spiritual will. What would you write that on? I don't know.
Scroll.
You know what? A scroll is the right answer. with a quill. You use a quill, some ink, and a scroll to write up your spiritual will.
In calligraphy.
In calligraphy. And so they're saying that is going to be sort of the script, if you will, for the process. For the process? When is this when is the
For the
will
transference.
Maybe I don't understand what they're referring to as the transference. Like while Joe Blow's in the back putting the little secret sauce on the body. Is that the transference?
I'm not really sure.
Oh, okay, good talk.
The cost is $67,000. There's a bronze sarcophagus to hold the body, like the mummification shown on our site, or it can be completely customized. You can also use a traditional casket, as shown on our website. The cost of the bronze sarcophagus can run.
It's bronze. Can I guess? I mean, it's bronze. We're talking human. It's got to hold a whole human. And does it give you the details? Like, are we just saying a little touch of bronze here and there? Or are we talking bronze top to bottom?
This is bronze sarcophagus. So I think that would be the whole thing.
It's going to be heavy as shit, isn't it? And transportation, the size. We got to be in tens of thousands for a bronze. 30,000.
I'm just going to give it to you. $100,000.
Dude, come on. And then you're going to put that in the ground?
Nope. We recommend a mausoleum as a resting place for the sarcophagus. Private mausoleum, another $100,000.
Come on. Wait a second. I thought we got a price from you or from them last time, and I thought I remember a number like. Oh wait, that you're saying just the mummification?
Just the mummification, $67,000.
Boo! Oh, that's where they put the secret sauce. They throw the brains back in and all that fun stuff, and then they go, "Oh, you're not done yet. You got to put this thing in something."
You're looking at least $250,000 if you want it done right.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then they're going to arrange for transportation. The bronze sarcophagus with the body inside can easily weigh 1,500 pounds.
Jesus. Okay, so they don't want this mummy driving on its own. So they're going to hook it up with an Uber.
Yep. Lyft.
Call a taxi, depending on where you are.
Yeah, Lyft scooter.
Lyft scooter, whatever. Okay, like, hey, mommy, it's not safe for you to be driving. We're going to set you up with transportation now. Your friends and family, they're gonna drop the coin on said transportation. Holy hell! Okay,
and then understand. And then this is the final one of the final paragraphs here. Understand that your friend's passing, their next of kin will receive rights to the body, despite what may be in a will. The next of kin can contest it. Should any family member dispute arise about doing this, we cannot and will not get involved, and consequently will not be able to provide our rights. We suggest your friend have immediate family members sign a body release, a copy of which is on our website so they don't interfere.
A freaking body release? So that sounds to me like they had an oh shit moment where they done did the mummification. They threw it in Uber. It shows up. Old Uncle Jimmy looked at it and goes, I want the body back the way it was, and got all copped a little bit of a tude with, who is it? Summon? That's very cultish, but okay. And Summon's like, guess what, son? You didn't sign anything. You get yourself a mummy in a bronze sarcophagus. Boom. And you can deal with that. Ooh. All right. So
after all this paperwork you have to sign,
yeah.
final paragraph. Being a spiritual organization, we do not have any type of contract.
That sounds like a freaking cop out. No, it's okay. No legal stuff here. We're spiritual.
We provide our service at the time of need. We cannot guarantee we will be able to provide our rights to them at the time of their need. There are only a few people who know how to do this, and we do not know what the future will hold. Therefore, we recommend you have an alternative plan in the event we cannot accommodate you. Bernie.
Bernie sounds like a name that should be more involved in cremation, don't you think? Bernie?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So it's got a bit, there's some loose ends, it seems like. First of all, hey, check it out. We're spiritual. It's cool. We don't need no legal mumbo jumbo involved in this. Sounds like you do. And then you kind of approaching the finish line, and they're going, I'm wiping my hands of this one. You're on your own, brother. I don't know. And then this is after, if you go deluxe model, you choose the number 5 with extra fries, you supersize it and the whole deal. You're coming away with the bronze sarcophagus, the Uber ride, the mummy with the special sauce that they use, organ reinsertion. Oh, I hate that word. And there was something else. I feel like there was something else. Mausoleum. And you've just dropped. You're at 275,000, 270,000.
About that.
Whew. Just to result in old Jimmy Bob somewhere, Uncle Jimmy, getting his panties in the wad, going, I was not asking for this. You best get that body back into regular old casket.
Yeah, get the preservation out.
Get
those organs out.
Unpreservise. There's a word for you. The plot thickens. First of all, the spiritual component, the lack of legal definition, the name summon. We're in a little sketchy territory here, but they're running a so-called legit business.
So-called.
Out of Salt Lake.
So we responded because we ultimately wanted to know if they could be preserved in a hug pose.
That's a cost savings, right? Because there's no longer a bronze sarcophagus, no longer a mausoleum. There's $200K that's back in your pocket.
Potentially.
Maybe the stand. You need a stand to put the body in. That might be a couple bucks.
Just get a sturdy mic stand.
What did we say back?
Bernie, thanks for getting back to us, and apologies for the delay. Our friend needed some time to think about things. Once the body is mummified, must it be interned? How long does the mummification process last if new chemicals are used? Meaning, how long before the body starts to decay? If our friend has a request to be mummified in a specific posture, is that something that's possible? Thank you for all the information, Tim and Dave.
And that's where we stand right now.
That is where we stand as of today.
What do you vision for the shop? Is it just Bernie?
It's probably a shed out back of someone's house.
Bernie has a shed out back. He's got a 56K modem that he's reading this email on, and a computer from 1990, and he's mummifying bodies out back. That's what I envision.
That's what I think probably is. To just every once in a while they're wheeling a body. We'll see what they say. We will keep our viewers informed.
Hells to the yeah.
You can take that information back to your
I'll
friend.
drink to that mummy juice. All right.
Speaking of Things is the podcast that you just watched. We are somewhat confident that you may or may not have enjoyed it. Tim and Dave would like to thank all of the Thingies for starting a very exclusive fan club. So inclusive, in fact, that at this time we are not even certain if anyone has been allowed to participate in the fan club at all. As always, thank you to our amazingly imaginative production team for producing stuff. Please speak to us by emailing us at speaktosot@gmail.com.
I was more of a beefaroni guy. Did you ever vibe on some beefaroni?
I had beefaroni.
Well, you don't make it sound like you were that thrilled with it.
I feel like you're getting really hyped up on...
It was close. It was part of my childhood. I feel like you're shitting all over my beefaroni right now. appreciate it.